The last item on the required setup page is the menu item settings. So let's click here to set up. So this is the item management page in which the list of items will be shown. There are three main buttons: edit menu item, duplicate the menu item, and delete the menu item. The item status can also be set to on and off depending on the situations. So now let's add a menu item through this green button. Okay, so for the menu items, there are basically 5 steps. So we will be using creation of a single item. In the item types, there are single items and there are package items. So package items are like bundle items where there can be 2 or more items in the package. Single items is a solitary item which is on its own. So the first thing we have to do is to add the menu item name. The next thing is the code, which is optional. The description is optional as well. So the available start dates indicate when whether this is a seasonal item, so it will be from when to when. So maybe it's from the 5th to the 6th, lasts only one day. If it's always available, it will be meaning that the item itself will be displayed on the kitchen or on the various pages whenever it's checked on. So the next step we can do is to actually input the details of the menu item. So first we can key in the price, which is $10 maybe. Then we can key in the category in which is under, so it can be under coffee lovers. The next thing we also have to do is to indicate the preferences, so it can be halal. The last thing we need to do for this is to add the kitchen grouping, so it can be all. So here are some toggles that will affect the settings of this item. So if it's hidden from app, you can just on this. If it's hidden from pause, all of this. Take and go and featured also have its own unique settings which can be seen from here. So there's also the ratings. So ratings like good rating, chef recommended, and value promotion will be shown if it's in the item itself. So there's also text settings which you can modify. So it depends on the item's structure. So you can actually include whether is it inclusive, exclusive, or disabled. Once it is done, we can go and set the image for the restaurant, the item. So we go to image library, we select the image, and we crop it. So this is an example of how we can actually submit the images. So additional images can be submitted here as well. So you can also have an image gallery of the food. Once you are done, we also can go to the next step for the item options. So options can be set for the item itself. So we can always press this orange button to add an option. What are item options? Item options are like add-ons to the particular item itself. So we can always have an option that's add ice that costs maybe 50 cents. An option that's maybe add milk that costs $1. So these are examples of the item options that can be added. Here are some toggles to actually manipulate these options. So at least one selection would mean that at least one of these has to be selected in order for the item to be ordered. Allow multiple will allow more than one options to be added. Then there's also a selected toggle here. So this would mean that when the user orders from the mobile, it will be pre-selected. So he can have already this, he can choose the items with these options already. Next thing we can do is actually the special price. So the special price affects the pricing of the item when it is viewed, let's say on the mobile. So let's press this special price. So there's also this always available. So if we toggle on, it lets you select Monday to Sunday. So maybe it's available every Tuesday. So you can actually set the special price. It could be 9. So we can have this special price. Another one is seasonal. So it can be from the 5th to the 20th, and it will cost $8. So these are the two kinds of settings that will affect the pricing of the particular item. So once all of these 5 steps have been completed, you can press save to save the item, and the item will be saved accordingly. So we can check for the item which is here, which is just created. So this is how we actually do the item creation.